Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय। श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 13, the advent of Lord Chaitanya. Yeah. So, Lord Chaitanya or Lord Krishna, after sending um, Sachimata, Jagannath Mishra, Ishwar Puri, Madhvendra Puri, Nityananda Prabhu, Gangadas Pandit, so on. Then, now it was time for Lord Krishna's descent. So then we read about Upendra Mishra, and he had 7 sons, and his 5th son is Jagannath Mishra. Jagannath Mishra was just like Nanda Maharaj and Vasudev. He was an ocean of all good qualities. He married Sachi Devi, who is the daughter of Nilambar Chakravarti. And then we said that before the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what was the condition in Navadvip? That's what we were reading yesterday. So all the devotees would gather in the house of Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya was the leader, and they would discuss Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, rejecting karma and jnana. Advaita Acharya would establish bhakti as the topmost, it is the best of all practices. And yeah, but although they were taking great pleasure amongst themselves, discussing Krishna Katha and chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Advaita Acharya was feeling pained in his heart to see the materialistic people not taking to Krishna consciousness and simply being absorbed in material sense enjoyment. And then he started to think how to help these people, what can be done. And what was his conclusion? Only if Krishna himself appears to give Krishna consciousness, then only these people will be able to, then only will these people be delivered. So the example that Srila Prabhupada gave is those prisoners or those criminals who are condemned, they can be pardoned by the mercy of the king. If the king wants, he can pardon them. Similarly, when Krishna, the supreme king, if he comes, only then these condemned materialistic people of Kali Yuga can be delivered. Otherwise, they have no hope. Advaita Acharya was thinking in this way. So that's where we stopped yesterday. If Krishna himself appears in order to distribute the cult of devotional service, then only will liberation be possible for all people. So we'll start with text 70. Krishna avatarite acharya pratigya koriya, Krishna puja kore tulasi ganga jala diya. Achintadev Prabhu is there? Otherwise Arunita, Aditi Lata Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
With this consideration, Advaita Acharya Prabhu, promising to cause Lord Krishna to descend, began to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, with tulsi leaves in the water of the Ganges.
Yes. Hare Krishna. So what was the consideration? That only when Krishna comes to distribute devotional service, because devotional service is the highest. Yes, that Advaita Acharya is establishing every day in his discussions. But these people, in spite of the devotees coming together and chanting and performing devotional service and giving classes on devotional service, the materialists are not interested. They don't see any value in that. How can they be delivered? Only when Krishna comes, then these people can be delivered. So then, now what is the next project? To bring Krishna down. So, Advaita Acharya, he promised to cause Krishna to descend, and then he began to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How did he worship? By offering tulsi leaves and Ganga water. And he would chant loudly. Purport. Aditi Lata Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Tulsi leaves and Ganges water with, if possible, a little pulp of sandalwood is sufficient paraphernalia to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita 9.26, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati Tad Aham Bhaktya Uparitam Asnami Prayatata
Prayatatmana.
Prayatatmana. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit or water, I will accept it. Following this principle, Advaita Prabhu pleased the Supreme Personality of Godhead with tulsi leaves and water of the Ganges.
Did I tell you before about this verse? Did I explain this verse before in the class? Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam.
No, you said that you are going to discuss on this.
Okay, good. So now it's come. So let's discuss. Okay. So Advaita Acharya is offering water and tulsi leaf. Ganga water and tulsi leaf. So in that context, Srila Prabhupada is saying, tulsi leaves and Ganges water with, if possible, if you have, sandalwood pulp. So tulsi leaves, when you offer to the lotus feet of Krishna, you dip the tulsi leaf in sandalwood pulp and then you stick it on the lotus feet of Krishna. So it's there. So if possible, sandalwood pulp is sufficient paraphernalia to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Patram, leaf, pushpam, flower, phalam, fruit, toyam, water. Yome bhaktya prayachati. Tad aham bhaktyupahritam ashnami prayatatmanaha. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives a commentary on this verse. So patram pushpam phalam toyam we know. Yome bhaktya prayachati. What does bhaktya mean? Bhaktya means bhakti wala, right? Bhakti jiske paas hai. One who has bhakti. One who has bhakti. That's what this bhaktya means, because bhakti comes twice here, right? Second line says bhaktya, third line says bhakti. So both bhaktis have different meaning. Yome bhaktya prayachati does not mean one who is offering with love. That is the third one. That is with love. The second one is yome bhaktya. Bhaktya means one who has bhakti. Who has bhakti? Who has bhakti?
Devotee. Krishna.
Devotee. So it is essential that this patram pushpam phalam toyam has to be offered by a devotee. How many types of devotees are there? Many types are there. What is the topmost type of devotee?
Paramahansa.
Ananya Bhakta. Yeah, Ananya Bhakta. Right? That means who is 24/7, he's doing only devotional service. He's not doing anything else. Now, where to find Ananya Bhakta? That means we cannot offer to Krishna then. Well, when we offer it through the spiritual master. So that's also okay. But the next thing is, okay, if you're not Ananya Bhakta, then what's the next type below that is Pradhani Bhuta Bhakta. Pradhani Bhuta means, remember I said, primarily you're doing bhakti, but along with bhakti, you may be doing karma, jnana, yoga, so on and so forth. So you must be at least a Pradhani Bhuta Bhakta for Krishna to accept your offering. And that's not over, there's more. So bhaktya means a devotee. It has to be a devotee. Okay. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. When a bhakta is offering, tad aham bhakti upahritam. Bhakti upahritam means, now is it that if a bhakta is offering, he's a devotee, he's offering, and he's just offering because, oh, I have to offer to Krishna, otherwise we cannot eat, right? We have taken vows, we are chanting Hare Krishna, we are initiated, so we are devotees. And then I just cook something and I put in front of Krishna, and then, yeah, it's offered. No. More condition is there. Even if you are a devotee, primarily a devotee, mainly in your life you are doing devotional service. And even then, you have to offer it with love. Krishna is always, he wants your love. So when you're offering, in one lecture, Srila Prabhupada says, what is the mood when you're offering to Krishna? That Krishna, everything is yours, right? This rice, dal, sabji, roti, whatever it is all yours. You created everything. You gave me the intelligence. You gave me the strength, everything, the skill, whatever. It's all yours only. Nothing is mine. Whatever is yours, I just brought it together and I'm offering it to you. Please accept it. This is the mood in which you offer. And of course, with love, right? Love means you want to give the best offering to Krishna. When you love someone, you will give the best you have, isn't it? With love, it has to be offered. Then, Ashnami, that is the important word. Ashnami does not mean I accept. Ashnami means I will eat. And that eating, why Krishna is saying Ashnami, that is also significant. Ashnami means I will eat. I will eat means I will eat what I like. I will eat if I like. When there is a plate of prasadam and you have, let's say they, like sometimes in our temple, they make plate, right? Sunday feast, they make plates already. All sabjis are there, pakoda is there, everything is put. And you just have to take the plate. Does it mean that everyone will eat everything that is on the plate? Not necessary. Sometimes, oh, I don't eat pakoda, so I just put them aside. I don't eat. Or someone else, oh, I don't eat sweet, so they don't eat that. Isn't it? So as soon as you say, I will eat means I will eat what I like. Not that because you have offered whatever you have offered wholesale, everything is going inside. Not like that. That is the significance of Ashnami. So many conditions are there. First of all, it must be offered by a devotee. And even by the devotee, it has to be offered with love. And when both these conditions are there, then Krishna says, I will eat it. That means he will eat if he likes it. If he doesn't like, he won't eat. There is no force. No force. So what does this verse tell us? It tells us how Krishna is so personal. And by the way, this whole discussion, I told you before also, the 9th chapter is talking about the supremacy, the superiority of pure devotional service. So this whole section, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, explains in terms of pure devotional service. That means this is the reciprocation of Krishna to a pure devotee. He will, and how personal he is. And you can even say sentimental, right? He has very fine sentiments. It's not like, oh, the deity is there, you just put it on the table and you went. No. Ye yathamam prapadyante tam tataiva bhajami ham. So then you may question. Yes, maybe Aditi Lata Mataji is going to question the same thing. Go ahead.
Yes, so if I'm offering with love and I'm a devotee, then why will he say that I will select? Then he will love, he's Bhavagrahi Janardhan. He will eat whatever I gave, no? Why will he select?
Because he's a person. He has his likes and dislikes. Whatever he likes, he will eat. That's why this is a higher level. Just like your daughter. Your daughter, is there any food which she doesn't like?
Dal.
Yeah,
Dal.
but
Okay.
she's, there's a difference between her
No,
and.
no, no. I'll get to that. I'll get to that. So she doesn't like dal,
Mm.
and you'll put it anyway in her plate.
So I will make her eat anyways. Yeah.
You'll make her eat, but you cannot make Krishna eat. You cannot make him eat. That's the thing. Just see how, personal and how intimate this relationship is. You cannot force him. But then, huh?
Vidura's wife's case, he ate.
That by his choice, he wanted to eat, he ate it. He doesn't say that I will eat this. He says, I will eat. I will eat means eating is, Prabhupada also says, eating is done by your choice. Wearing clothes is done according to others' taste. Yes, you dress up according to others' taste because you want to look good. And eating, you eat according to your taste, Srila Prabhupada said. So as soon as Krishna is saying, Ashnami, I will eat, that means he will eat what he likes. So now you, the devotee, you should know what Krishna likes and you should make what he likes if you really want him to eat. Instead of saying, well, I'm a devotee, I'm offering, so he should eat what I'm. No. The condition is he will eat if he likes it. So now you have to really, then there is more opportunity for the devotee to really endeavor, So it makes the devotional service even sweeter, isn't it? Like what he likes. Oh, he likes this. He likes rabdi. He likes, rasmalai or, milk sweets. Let me make those. Oh, he's not so fond of, I don't hear about pizza and pasta. So I don't, so I won't make that. I will make at least, if not every day, at least once in a while, we should cook something just for Krishna, trying to understand what is it that he likes to eat, because I want him to eat. And he says he will eat it. He will eat it. Eat means he will eat according to his taste, according to his liking, he will eat it.
So that
So
means the other things will is not prasadam which we are eating.
he won't touch.
That means it is not prasadam.
So that's the question I was going to say. So now what about those who are non-devotees? They also come and they also put offer. They're not devotees, like they're not Pradhani Bhuta Bhaktas or mainly doing devotional service. Then there Krishna doesn't say Ashnami. He doesn't say I will eat. He will accept it. By his glance he may accept it. Right? He accepts it. And it may be prasadam. But here, that is why we are talking about Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti is very intimate because my interest is not that I should be free from karma. If that's your interest, okay, fine. He accepted it and you're free from karma. But a pure devotee's interest is not that I should become free. His interest is, I want Krishna to eat. I want Krishna to enjoy. And Krishna says, if this is what you want, yes, I will also eat it. I will eat it, but I will eat what I like. There's zabardasti nahi chalega. No force. I will eat what I like.
Yes.
So it's very, very intimate actually. Cooking for Krishna, serving Krishna. And he's ready. The best thing is he's willing. He's ready to do that. And he wants to do it. But you have to rise to that platform where you can actually, offer it and he can eat it. So the conditions are Patram pushpam phalam, it doesn't have to be big, opulent things. It can be as simple as patram pushpam phalam toyam. But it must be offered by a devotee. That means you're very strictly, sincerely following your practices of devotional service. Only then. And even then, even if you are a devotee, if you just offer it, your mind is not here, something else, and you just put the offering and you're rushing, oh, I have to rush to my workplace, I put it here and I'm going away. Bhaktya, with love, we must offer. Yo me bhaktya prayachati tad aham bhakti upahritam. Offering of love. Ashnami. Then I will eat it. Eat it means, again, if I like it, I will eat it. That means you have to cook what is to his liking, and you must be a devotee, and even after that you must offer with love, then Krishna will eat it. That's the meaning of this
Okay,
verse.
Mataji, still, yes, I agree. Of course, we should do it. But whatever example we have in the Shastra now, we see that many examples where Krishna actually eats, which is, it's not like I mean, it was specially made for him or something nice. Like Ramchandra's case also, no, that old lady who
Shabari.
was
Shabari.
Sabari, right? She was eating the jhuta and that fruit. He was the sweet one. He
So
was
which condition is not met there? 1, 2, 3. She's not a devotee, she's a devotee.
no,
She's
no.
not offering with love, she's offering with love.
Yes,
Third one is Ashnami. He said he will eat if he likes it. So he liked it, he's eating.
that way we can say
You
when
have to
he
give that
loved
freedom to him. He will eat if he likes. That's the point there.
banana
Ashnami.
peel. Why did he eat banana peel? Why did he like it?
Why means he liked it. He appreciated the love of the devotee and he ate it.
That's what I'm saying. No, Bhavagrahi Janardhan. So because he liked the love that with the love was given. No,
But
that's
that person only knows what is. She was not intending to give banana peels to Krishna out of love.
of course not.
That's the point. That's the point. So when you're in love and with love you're offering, you will give the best you can.
That's true.
That's the whole point. You cannot give something simple or whatever and you say, oh, I'm a devotee and I'm offering with love. Krishna has to accept it. He says, I will accept if I like it. So what will he like? That he will know. He will decide. So from our side, we shouldn't leave any stones unturned. 100%. And then depend. I hope Krishna will eat it. Like that.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So next, continue. So the point is, Advaita Acharya is now offering Tulsi and Ganga Jal to Krishna, and he wants Krishna to come down. And Srila Prabhupada is saying that, yeah, if you offer with Tulsi, it's very, it's very pleasing. It is sufficient. If you're offering Tulsi and Ganga Jal, that is sufficient to please the Lord. Krishnera ahvana kore saghana hunkar, hunkare akrishta hoila Vrajendra Kumar. Achintadev Prabhu, you can read.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Translation. By loud cries, he invited Krishna to appear, and this repeated invitation attracted Lord Krishna to descend. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So he is offering Tulsi, he is offering Ganga Jal, and loudly he is calling out to Krishna. By loud cries, each time he is offering and he is loudly crying out to Krishna to appear. Please come, Krishna, please come. And this repeated invitation, and not once, repeatedly, again and again, he's loudly calling out Krishna's names and offering Tulsi and offering Ganga Jal and loudly calling repeatedly, again and again. This attracted Lord Krishna to descend. Jagannatha Mishra Patni Sachira Udare Ashta Kanya Krame Hoilo Janmi Janmi Mare. Chatterjee Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Before the birth of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 8 daughters took birth, one after another, from the womb of Sachimata, the wife of Jagannath Mishra. But just after their birth, they all died. Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now this is all prelude before the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what all happened. So on one hand, Advaita Acharya is calling out to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to Krishna to descend. And meanwhile, Sachimata had 8 daughters, one after another. One daughter would be born and she would die immediately. Then again, she would have another baby, another daughter, and again she died. Like this, one after another, 8 daughters were born and they all died right after birth.
Why, Mataji?
What is the reason exactly? Why? I don't know why. But like Vasudev and Devaki. But what is the history? Why, who they were, and why that happened? I don't know.
Yeah, when we see the pain of the, like Krishna's own people, then I don't know. I feel very disheartened, because if Krishna's family had suffered so much, then how can I ask that I shouldn't suffer? But then I also don't want to suffer.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. See, it's a totally different level of consciousness. They are eternal associates of Krishna. So it's hard, and it's actually impossible for us to understand what is their consciousness from our level, from our platform. We cannot understand. But even theoretically, just try to understand that they don't have any desire whatsoever for themselves. This is something which we cannot conceive of. Even when they get angry because it gives pleasure to Krishna. They dress up nicely because it makes Krishna happy. Or they can go to hell and suffer forever, for eternity. They are prepared to suffer going to hell because it gives Krishna pleasure. It is to give one moment's pleasure to Krishna, they are willing to die million times. What type of consciousness is this that we cannot understand? So these are all the Nitya Siddha, eternal associates of Krishna from the spiritual world who have descended here to participate in Krishna's pastimes. Just look at Vasudeva and Devaki. They knew that Kamsa is going to kill, but still, and because Vasudeva promised that he will give, and Vasudeva is such a truthful person, then why should he even go for a baby, knowing that this will be killed by Krishna? Because this is Krishna's plan. He will be the 8th son. So for Krishna to appear, they have to go through this pain, and they are willing to take up any amount of pain to give, to become an instrument in Krishna's mission, Krishna's plan. So then why these 8, exactly who they were and why they died, that I don't know. But something similar like that, like Vasudev and Devaki.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So let's continue. अपत्य विरहे मिश्रेरा दुखी होइल मना पुत्र लागी आराधिल विष्णुर चरण. Who's next? Isha.
Jagannath Mishra was very unhappy at the death of his children one after another. Therefore, desiring a son, he worshipped the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu.
Yes, this also we see, right? Madhvacharya's parents also, they didn't have a child. For 12 years, his father, every day, he would go to Lord Vishnu's temple. He would walk miles to go to the temple, and he would come back every day. So Jagannath Mishra was very unhappy, of course, right? One after another, 8 babies died. So now he desired a son. So you worship the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. तबे पुत्र जन्मिला विश्वरूप नाम महागुणवान ते हो बलदेव धाम.
After this, Jagannath Mishra got a son of the name Vishwarup, who was the most powerful and highly qualified because he was an incarnation of Baladev.
Krishna Shish was born on Balaram's appearance day and he's reading this verse. I think that's interesting. After this, Jagannath Mishra got a son of the name Vishwarup, who was most powerful and highly qualified because he was an incarnation of Baladev, Vishwarup. Okay, so this son who was born after 8 daughters died, this is an incarnation of Balaram, Vishwarup. Purport, Madhava.
Vishwarup was the elder brother of Gaurahari. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when arrangements were
Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when arrangements were being made for the marriage of Vishwarup, he took sannyas and left home. He took the sannyas name of
Shankararanya.
In 1431, Sakabda era, AD 1509, he appeared in the Pandharpur in the district of Solapur as an incarnation of Sankarsana. He is both the ingredient.
Madhava, where there is a period, you stop and then you start again. As an incarnation.
As an incarnation of Sankarsana, he is both the ingredient and immediate cause of the creation of this material world. He is non-different from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for the Amsa and the Amsi, or the part and the whole, are not different. As an incarnation of Sankarsana, Vishwarup belongs to the quadruple manifestation of Tattva Vyuha. In the Gora Sandodaya, it said that Vishwarup, after his so-called demise, remained within Srinitana Prabhu.
Okay. So after this, after what? After the 8 daughters died, Jagannath Mishra got a son. No, after they died, then he worshipped Lord Vishnu. After that, after worshipping Lord Vishnu, he got a son named Vishwarup, who was most powerful and highly qualified because he was an incarnation of Baladev. Vishwarup is the elder brother of Gaurahari. That means after Vishwarup, the next baby born will be Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When arrangements were being made for the marriage of Vishwarup, he took sannyas and left home. So we are reading about Vishwarup here. Not that all this happened before the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This happened after Mahaprabhu's appearance. But Prabhupada is explaining about Vishwarup, because we won't be reading in detail in Caitanya Caritamrita. We won't be reading all the household life pastimes in detail. That will be in Caitanya Bhagavat. So Srila Prabhupada explains Chaitanya Bhagavat subject matter in the purports, just to fill in. So Vishwarup is the elder brother of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When arrangements were being made for the marriage of Vishwarup, he took sannyas and left home because he was renounced. He didn't want to get entangled in family life. He took the sannyas name of Shankararanya in 1431 Shakabda era or 1509 AD. See, this is what I mean. See, 14, here it says 1431, isn't it? Whereas yesterday you told me that now currently it is 1430, some Shakabda era is going on. And we read also 12 something, and when it was hour 18, it was 12 Shakabda era. So that's why I was kind of, but anyway, that's not the subject here. So in 1431 Shakabda era, AD 1509, he disappeared in Pandharpur, Shankararanya. This is Vishwarup. After taking sannyas, he became Shankararanya. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went looking after taking sannyas, Mahaprabhu went traveling to South India. So there he went to Pandharpur and he found out that his brother Vishwarup had come there and he disappeared. That means Shankararanya or Vishwarup disappeared from this world, quite early in the district of Sholapur. So this is in Maharashtra. As an incarnation of Sankarshan, he is both the ingredient and immediate cause of the creation of this material world. Karanodakashaya Vishnu. He is non-different from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. for the Amsha and Amshi, or the part and the whole, are non-different. Because who is Vishwarup? He is an incarnation of Balaram. So, and if you say Sankarshan, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, they are the Amshas. Amshas. So, Amshas of the Supreme Lord. So, Amshi means the whole, Amsha means a part. Part and whole are non-different. Like you say Krishna and Balaram, they're the same. And then further, you have Chaturvyuha, you have Lord Narayan. So they're all Amshas. Amsha and Amshi are non-different. As an incarnation of Sankarshan, Vishwarup belongs to the quadruple manifestation of Chaturvyuha. So Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. So Vishwarup is an incarnation of Sankarshan from the Chaturvyuha. In the Gaura Chandrodaya, it is said that Vishwarup, after his so-called demise, disappearance, remained mixed within Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So that Vishwarup he remains mixed in Nityananda Prabhu because he's the same Tattva. Baladeva Prakasha Parama Vyome Sankarshana Teha Vishvera Upadana Nimitta Karana. Yeah. Rasapriya.
The expansion of the known as Sankarsan in spiritual world is the ingredient and immediate cause of this material cosmic manifestation.
The expansion of Baladev known as Sankarshan in the spiritual world. So you see, in the spiritual world, you have Golok Vrindavan Dham. So Golok Vrindavan Dham is in the shape of a lotus. And in the four corners of that lotus, you will find Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. In Golok Vrindavan Dham only. So Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha are in the four corners of this lotus. So the Sankarshan of Golok Vrindavan Dham in one of the four quarters, that is actually Balaram only. Like that. So the expansion of Baladev known as Sankarshan in the spiritual world is the ingredient and immediate cause of this material cosmic manifestation. So you have ingredient cause and you have the Upadan Karana and Nimitta Karana. So one is the ingredient cause and the other one is the efficient cause. So just like we were reading earlier in earlier chapters of Caitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, like you have a potter's wheel. A potter is there and you have a potter's wheel and you have clay and finally the pot is made. So if the pot is the material manifestation, for the pot what do you need? You need the ingredients and also you need the potter who is actually moving it and you need the potter's wheel also. So like that. So the ingredient, but both the ingredient and efficient cause is the Supreme Lord. Ingredient cause, not direct, because he is the cause of the energy, external Prakriti, and from Prakriti the ingredients are coming. But efficient cause means he is directly also the cause, because unless the potter moves, nothing will happen, isn't it? So now I forget the details, but it is very nicely explained in the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. If you are interested, I can refer to it and explain it to you sometime. The Upadana Karanam and Nimitta Karanam. I can refer once again, read that and I can explain it to you. It's been a while since I studied, so I'm not very clear of all the steps. Okay, but the point is, the expansion of Baladev known as Sankarshan in the spiritual world is the ingredient and immediate cause. That is called Upadana Karanam and Nimitta Karanam of this cosmic manifestation. Next.
Mataji,
Yes, Mataji.
why did Vishwarup appeared, Mataji? Because generally Balaram appears before Krishna, Balaram and all the other devotees to create the scene for Krishna's arrival. So for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival, also all these devotees came. But what was the job of Vishwarup? Just create more thirst for the sun. in Sachimata because they were very disappointed when he went for took sannyas, right? So they were more attached to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Is that the only?
Yeah, I didn't read like that in that way. I didn't read or hear any question. What is the purpose of Vishwarup's appearance? I didn't read anything. But always we see whenever the Lord appears, Balaramji is always there with him. He comes with the Lord. When he comes as Lord Ramchandra, he is there as Lakshman. When he is there as Krishna, then Balaram is there. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, he's there as Nityananda Prabhu. So now Nityananda Prabhu didn't come yet, right? So Vishwarup is there as Vishwarup, but he's always there with the Lord because Balaramji is very, very eager and enthusiastic to serve the Lord. Nobody is as enthusiastic as him. He becomes his, in every rasa, he's serving the Supreme Lord. He becomes his friend, he becomes his, in Shantarasa, he becomes his bed and his shoes and everything. And in Dasya Rasa, right, he plays like Anantasesh, right? Then as a servant. And then he's there in Sakhya Rasa as Balaramji and Lakshman. And in Vatsalya Rasa, Balramji also plays the role of elder brother, always protective. And also in Madhurya Rasa, he's serving the Lord as his, his internal energy, Ananga Manjari. So Balaram is very, very enthusiastic to serve the Lord at all times. So whenever the Lord appears, you will see Balaramji is also there in one form or the other. And in Lord Narayan's case, he's there as,
Anantashesh.
Anantasesh, like that.
But
But
then
yeah.
here there is he doesn't do much. No, he leaves. No?
So much he does. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so attached, Nimai is so attached to his brother. Every day he would go and he would call his brother. Vishwarup would always be with Advaita Acharya and Nimai would go, mother is calling you for lunch, and he would go and pull on the chadar. He will hold the hand of his brother. He was 16 years old, Vishwarup, and Nimai was still a very young boy. And he would take him home, and he was very, very attached because Vishwarup was an ocean of all good qualities. Everybody, even if you remember that pilgrim Brahmana, when he came, simply by seeing Vishwarup, he was like completely amazed. So, yeah, it's not that, and even Vishwarup would think he was so renounced. He had no taste whatsoever in family life, even in his family, like not that, forget about getting attracted to girls or anything, but even in his house, he would never spend any time with his at home. He would just be with Advaita Acharya and the devotees all day discussing, Krishna Katha, Shastra, like that. And he would just come home to take prasad and he would go away, like that. But when he saw Nimai, he would feel so attracted and he would think in his heart, whenever I see this boy, he just reminds me of Krishna. I just feel like I'm seeing Krishna. Vishwarup would think like that. So yeah, it's not that there was no role to play, and yeah, it's not that there's no role to play. That rasa is always going on. That
Correct. Yes.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So okay. तहाँ बई विश्व किछु नाही देखियार अतएव विश्वरूप नाम ये ताहार. Priyanka Mataji. Mataji is there.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances.
Please
Jai
accept
Shri
my humble
Prabhupada.
obeisances, Mataji. Jai
I am
Shri.
here, Mataji, but I am not able to see the screen. Actually, our internet is poor these days. I don't know what's happening, so it's
Oh,
gone.
you don't see the screen? Okay.
Yeah, I can't
Shall
read.
wait?
Oh, I got now it's there. Yeah. So translation: the gigantic universal form is called the Vishwarupa incarnation of Mahasankarshana. Thus, we do not find anything within this cosmic manifestation except the Lord Himself.
Yeah. The gigantic universal form is called the Vishwarup, right? Vishwarup or Virata Rup, right? Virata Purush we say, universal form is also called Vishwarup. The gigantic universal form is called the Vishwarup incarnation of Mahasankarshan. Thus, we do not find anything within this cosmic manifestation except the Lord Himself. This is very interesting. Aditi Lata Mataji had asked me, I think on more than one occasion, you asked me about the Vishwarup form and what's the difference, and who all saw, so on and so forth. So recently we were studying the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the universal form. I found something very interesting. This is said by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So there's not actually one universal form. There are three Virata Purushas. Two are transcendental, one is a material form. Which form did Arjun see is the question. Arjun was actually seeing Karanodakashayi Vishnu. Interesting, huh? Arjun was seeing Karanodakashayi Vishnu. There are three Purushavatars: Karanodakashayi Vishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, and Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. Karanodakashayi Vishnu is the first Purushavatar, from whose every skin pore so many universes are coming. He's the one who's glancing on Prakriti. He's setting the whole creation into motion. And all these, universal shells are created by Prakriti. And then he expands into Garbhodakashayi Vishnu and enters into each of these universes. That Karanodakashayi Vishnu and Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. What is the form? They have unlimited thousands of heads, thousands of hands, thousands of legs. So obviously thousands of heads means thousands of crowns and earrings, like that. It is a completely transcendental form. It's not a material form. So the form that Arjun was seeing on the battlefield of Kurukshetra is a transcendental form. He was seeing the Karanodakashayi Vishnu form. And the Kala Rupa that is described there, that Arjun was getting scared, because what happens when creation starts, everything is coming out of the Karanodakashayi Vishnu, and when everything is annihilated, everything is going back into him. So when Arjun was seeing that all these soldiers are getting stuck between the teeth of this Kala Rupa and getting crushed, their heads are getting crushed, and he was actually seeing Karanodakashayi Vishnu. Finally, when there is annihilation, and everybody enters back into Karanodakashayi Vishnu. That is what he was seeing. So we can discuss that at another time. He was
Other two form, which one? Which is the material form? You're saying?
okay. So first one is Karanodakashayi Vishnu, that is spiritual. That is also called Virata Rupa. Virat means what? Virat means big, huge. So Karanodakashayi Vishnu is Virata Purusha. And also next, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is also Virata Purusha, because within the universe, each universe has Karanodakashayi Vishnu expands as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. So he is also Virata Rupa. Now this Virata Rupa, from this Virata Rupa comes, just like a baby is born from a mother, like that, from this Garbhodakashayi Vishnu means the Prakriti is set into motion by the Lord only, isn't it? So all the ingredients are already there. The ingredients become activated by Karanodakashayi Vishnu. That's when Prakriti comes, all the 16 elements are coming, all that is happening. Now each universe has a cloud of these ingredients ready. When Garbhodakashayi Vishnu comes, then this material form, which is in the same form as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Because a human mother will only give birth to a human baby with 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes, like that. So what is coming from Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, but these ingredients are material ingredients. Using the material ingredients, like a replica of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is created. That is the material Virata Purusha. Material because it has just like we have this material body. I am a spirit soul, but I have a material body. So like that, the soul, the Paramatma for the Virata Purusha is Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. But the body is Virata Purusha. This Virata Purusha is material. But Garbhodakashayi Vishnu himself also is huge, and he has thousands of hands. The Garbhastuti, right? When they do the Purusha Sukta prayers, Saharsa Shirsha those prayers are being offered to Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. So these are the three: Karanodakashaya Vishnu, Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, they are Divya, transcendental, and the Virata Purusha with material ingredients is the material form. Which form did Arjun see? He was seeing Karanodakashaya Vishnu, but he was also seeing this material Virata Purusha in every skin pore of this Karanodakashaya Vishnu. He's actually seeing the entire universe, and in that universe he's seeing the Virata Purusha, material Virata Purusha also. But the form that Arjun was seeing was Karanodakashaya Vishnu. Okay?
And so Duryodhan, what he saw was the material.
That we don't know. I'm not, because the teacher also said I'm not exactly sure, because at different times, we see, so which form, who saw, that detail we don't know. But from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we understand what Arjun saw was Karanodakashaya Vishnu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji, what about Mother Jashoda?
Mother Yashoda was actually seeing Krishna, original Bhagavan. So that is also explained, because Krishna, this is explained in the context of Krishna's Aishwarya. What is his Aishwarya? That simultaneously he is Sarva Vyapi, like he's all pervading, but at the same time he appears like, Manushya Akara, like the size of a human being. He is everywhere. Not that he is everywhere. He is everything.
That means Kshirodakashaya Vishnu?
No, Krishna. Krishna, from Krishna, Balaram, from Balaram, Chaturvyuha, then Sankarshan, Mahasankarshan, then Narayan, you have Karanodakashaya Vishnu, like that. She's seeing Krishna, Vrajendra Nandan Krishna. And that Krishna is everything. That's what Mother Yashoda was seeing. Krishna is everything, everything is in him, but still he's there in front of her like a small child. This is achintya. We cannot understand how it is possible logically. That's why it is achintya, inconceivable. We cannot conceive of this. That's why when she saw that, she was like, oh, all right, don't eat mud again, close your mouth, like that. She couldn't take it. Why she could not take it? Because she is in Madhurya Rasa, Madhurya Bhava, the sweetness, Vrindavan sweetness, not in Aishwarya. So therefore, she couldn't take that. So she thought maybe some demon or someone, by the influence of some demon, I'm seeing things here, like that she thought. But actually she was seeing Krishna's Aishwarya at that time. She was seeing Krishna only. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So we will end here. Thank you all very much. Our class is getting extended. Instead of half an hour, it's becoming almost 1 hour.
That should be Mataji.
Oh, you don't mind? Okay. All right. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.